to crush all of that. And look at this to start things off. You've got to flash down into sand.
Full speed, a bit of stun. Coming straight into sand, and look at this already. A bit of a contact play, but the corner not being checked, and Shao! Oh, what a play!
Could you find a more perfect example of how they're going to try and react to this? Zipan caught out though, missed his shot.
A bit of a whiff still, a jump and a right click. Sugetsu does claim that one. Down now to the 2v3. Positioning is all over the place. Angel ready and waiting right round the corner. The pistol round looking all but done and dusted.
And the desk was talking a bit about that FPX preparation. I mean, they were so ready for that. The Haunt comes over to Fountain, reading the push. And now it's all left in the hands of Benkai. A 1v3 that he just can't manage. FPX, another 4-player stack over by B this time. But FPX, we're watching them take Shower's control. Same Haunt, gate crash going down towards Zipan. I'm sure Forsaken is anticipating his positioning. Comes out of it, round the corner, but the shorty's going to get shut down. And this is where Forsaken is going to find possibly his largest challenge yet. Cracking this FPX default is going to be so difficult. And the way that FPX play around their guns here means that they're going to have an enormous advantage, or at least compared to usual, heading into round 3.
Very slow approach for now, with a slow orb just to try and clear a bit of space with the Viper orb up. You can see that Jinx is trying to make a play happen, spray down. Should be absolute freelo, I think, to try and get that spike down, a TP play. It's a last-minute approach. You
can already see it in more of a passive setup over towards a fast retake on B. Or just a fast rotate.
And Shower's control early. Spike going to be claimed there. Benkai going to be backing away, though. Has to respect the possibility that he could be lurking up. You see that Viper wall. A lot of misinformation as well being thrown into the mix. And FPX might get a bit antsy here, might overstep themselves just a bit for that info.
And there's Angel just trying to mess with FPX's heads. Jing takes one, the stun player around the corner, and Angel's not going to be able to get away.
Wonderful work recognizing that. 2 players down. But immediately the response is there. Zhao is taking matters into his own hands. A bit of a nade into backside. Zip and not wasting any time. Zip straight in. What a kill to find with only the Spectre.
It's a huge one, and it leaves FPX in a situation where they've got to play retake here. And Zhao's angle. Do they anticipate this? Have they thought about the fact that the Sage is in the comp? Flash pushes him away.
Yeah, a bit of information, a bit of space gain. Now, wow, the player's trying to flood into the back. Kill's going to be traded out, but eventually down to just Mind Freak, and not able to do it. Perfect cross-up. A little bit of a boombot play, but the money's not too great here for FPX. Be hoping that a couple of these FPX players end up just funneling into them.
And I think the key for FPX might be finding these mid-round timings to go aggressive. Once you have a bit of information like this, is there a potential for some C's being thrown by Divide, for example? Some little set play? Doesn't quite catch.
Yeah, Mind Freak tries to swing off it, anticipating that maybe would have caught onto somebody, but look at FPX, the way that they're offloading this. The Stimmy dropped down, 2 shots ran it off by Divide, not enough, can't get that reload in action. And of course, the flanks being watched, Forsaken trying to just TP through. Jing does get 2. Showstopper online, opportunity potentially to do some more damage. Satchel play right round the side, but shut down once more.
Going to be taking that area of the map aggressively.
Knife over the top. Going to be landing there on top of Showers. Can't be broken. That's going to be good information game for Ardis. But there's 2 players trying to play towards there.
But his job is simply to hold on. And Divide, while I thought he might have gone for an aggressive peek over at Sand, is just holding this angle. And perhaps this is the adaptation for FPX. Drop into a more passive position, try not to get punished, and wait for the time to tick down. Sometimes FPX's worst enemy is the clock.
Clone's going to be removed easily enough. You are right, Josh. Down to this minute mark now, with Prowler spotting the players split all over the bloody place, but the spike's now starting to end over towards one familiar direction. To watch this being made with the operator. Divide misses the shot.
How did he not catch at least one of them there? Benkai's still coming around though, and as the time ticks lower and lower, Jing and Benkai's ultimates may be important.
Roland wanted to push them back, the showstopper. Not let loose just yet, but still the kill found. Zipan opens it up. He got leg space being gained. Definitely let Jing try to make the most of it, but Again, the trade is there, the back of the side, Benkai. He anticipated over the top, Seketsu finding his mark, slow orb. It's hard to try and play through. And then he's ended up with that hookah control that these teams have been fighting over, and look at this. The weaponry obviously a bit poor, but still Zipan taking the shot, the nade. Not favored, the 1-for-1, but still this is a half buy for FPX, giving up the space that they've gained.
And immediately looking for the pivot off, expecting some kind of fast reactive push. Remember, FPX normally play against teams like that, teams that are going to try and react against them. Instead, FPX have just frozen. They hold completely in place, waiting for the defensive team to lose all idea of where they are on the map.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, isn't it?
Benkai is going to start to get itchy at some point in this round. Once the clock's ticking down, a minute, 50 seconds, people are going to look for information, maybe with their face. Those are opportunities that FPX are looking for.
That's why they're so slow off the rip here. They contain a bit of it through. That's going to be the Prowler into the TP. Good information gained as well. Latches onto one of the FPX players outside, and Angel. Tablet in his hands there, looking like they're gearing up, ready to go. Here we are, outside Hookah. The utilities drop down, but there's the orbital strike to split them up. Pushes them away. The stun as well on top of it. This attempt has been slowed down, and Josh is getting dangerous. 23 seconds in this one. They need to be finding these kills, but it's FPX. Once more opens it through.
These players are just too sharp right now. Even in a dangerous round like this, where the clock has gone again, you need to put one on the board.
Yep, fault line's going to be ripped off there. Flash off to the side as well, not finding any players.
But just trying to trigger a response, a reaction out from FPX.
They're so passive though, Josh.
Their positions are carved in stone.
Look at how far back they are, just looking at that minimap. I mean, not willing to give anything up. Angel has obviously lurked his way into this, a bit of a forward position, but now the contact reclear. It's a triple face. All these players, are they going to be able to catch this? It's a position they know that Angel has played this way before, but the crosshair placement, just immaculate mind free. Not ready for it, even 2 kills. The clone finding it a little bit there. The flash just to block the vision. The kill does go their way, but finally the response by FPX already moving their way in.
They don't think the Forsaken's already up here. He had a timing. He had an opportunity, but it's just not quite going to work. Sage wall popped down by Xiao as well, trying to stop anybody that would be on the A site, but that's not where Divine and Jing are coming from.
Can they really still play this one with the Viper's pit up? Sage wall blocking a portion of it. The money's not good on the side of Divine and Jing. The percentage play, honestly, is going to be the save.
And that's a heartbreak.
Yeah.
You're 2. FPX are starting to dig into that mentality. When Benkai went for the first challenge, nobody there ready to trade, nobody ready to back him up. All scared, holding angles for each other. Not a that doesn't look like it's got too much damage, but there is at least a rifle in Devi's hands.
And Jing could do some solid work with it. And honestly, at this point, you got to just get that one round on the board, I think. That shift of momentum. I mean, one of the hardest ones to find at times. It feels so suppressive, I think, sometimes when you're on this big stage. The first time that FPX have been able to play on the stage together.
Yeah, very true. But having players away from them never stopped them in the past.
Ball taken out as a close knife, so they know that nobody's at the backside of Hookah. A bit of a flash and a play into it. Angel has to dodge it though. But Hookah control is going to be gained. Now an aggressive play. That's going to be the Nightfall straight down into it. Zipan is going to be satcheling away. Another one in play to try and set himself up, but the kill comes through anyway. Jing finds an opening. Control still along, and a second one. Jing ripping off the heads, Forsaken from behind. A pincer to try and make the moves. Angel, rifle in hand, 3 kills. All lining up for him, and Seketsu follows it up once more.
Angel has just pulled out the most almighty clutch there to get them into this round, to get them favored here.
30 seconds.
Can Benkai, the IGL on FPX, do anything similar? Only a Marshall in his hands. Oh. It was looking so good.
What a difficult ask it is. Weapon's not ideal, a bit of a jiggle, information going to be gained. He's going for the no-scopes, but of course.
Forsaken was ready to punish, but not even that round has been working. FPX must be scratching their heads at this point. Yeah. This time, though, FPX's players in showers have avoided the 0 point. Is this going to bait over-aggression from Angel?
Doubling up, trying to find it. Angel! Who has replaced this guy, man? sipping at the fountain of youth out of his Red Bull cup, it seems. This guy is just insane.
It's everyone from FPX.
Oh,
it's everybody. They can't miss a shot.
And why not? Flex on him. 400 credits down the drain to try and get the high ground advantage. Just down to Benkai once more. This is absolutely brutal stuff.
Utter domination to start off the grand finals here of Masters Copenhagen. FPX are getting choked out. They're not being given.
Showcasing itself here.
Yeah, playing against some very young players on the other side as well. And Angel is certainly challenging the narrative that your skill fades away as you get older. It really isn't a matter of reflexes. It's a matter of how much you're willing to dedicate yourself to your craft. And Angel has been there for so long. And he's still so hungry. Here goes Forsaken with a clone, down short. Trying to get any value, any information out of this. Angel gets refused to bite.
Bit of a kill coming through, but through the walls, Angel. Oh, it's a dodgy one. The exchange of fire, eventually fighting it again. And oh, so many of these outcomes, so many of these rounds just opening up with these first kills. It all comes down to FPX again. The slow siege, absorbing any sort of aggression, any attempt of information. And here might be another one. The horn off to the side. Jing this time responds in kind. And they need to try and favor them. Angel still grabbing the one.
Xiao, however, has a res, and they're looking to punish Jing. He's going for it with the showstopper.
Catches onto the player, too far around the corner. And artist, the confidence is there.
Every play from FPX has an answer. And now the res comes through, and suddenly it's a 4v2. One of those rounds that could potentially have gone the way
Time, though,
of the APAC team.
14 seconds left in the round. Time needs to be getting through here. The rolling thunder to disrupt them when they're coming in. It's gone so low. Off to the side. You can't whip that. Mike Frick doesn't find it. The plan don't denied. He just needs to survive. And it's not enough.
From what I can remember, Bren, I've never seen a 13-0 in a grand final. But it's looking like it.
I mean, we said at the beginning history being made. I didn't think it was going to be this.
FPX, it feels from the style that they play, they're just... Oh, and now Angel mixes it up.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about how slow they are in these rounds, but FPX have just walked their way through showers with still a minute 15 to
work with. But Benkai's there ready and waiting. Orbital strike to try and clear out that space. Force the positioning, but Forsaken, he's in trouble. The flash to try and swing through Zipan. Oh, bullet to the side of the head.
Awkward timings, awkward timings. FPX just cannot get a read of how this flow of the game is happening. Angel right now in full control, the puppet master.
Yeah, you never anticipate that. The round 11 conditioning coming through. But it's a fast approach once more. The footsteps being heard, the season to the nade. Zipan around the corner. Avoiding all that damage for the time being, but still holding that ult, holding the rocket, waiting for his time. Slams it against the wall, but again, now the clock still ticking. FPX is the 4v4, but trying to retake into this one. The Viper Orb again impeding them. They can't get through it. Bogged down by other utility. A stun off to the side. The shot's just not coming through. The confidence is lacking. And Xiao, what a star this guy has been. Blow, that would be not quite, of course, but definitely feel the analyst that's going to be scrambling for opportunities. But this is going to be the showers crunch. Plays being made. FPX finally with the advantage they were looking for.
The first time that the set players worked, and Forsaken choosing to commit to the aggression now knocks things back with only one player advantage for FPX. So far in the tournament, they've been amazing in these situations, but this map has been a completely different story.
Yeah, what is the response? What is the answer to this one? One round on the board doesn't leave much of a buffer when you head into that second half. And again, Zipan, Xiao, perfectly happy to just let the time pressure accumulate over the course of the round. It's slow and methodical.
The lower the clock gets, though, the better Mind Freak and Benkai's ultimates become. And so for FPX, if they want to close this out perfectly, they need to find these players over by lamps.
No way, Zipan with the one still to trade the return. Vi will find it. Haunt off to the back, but this lurk into the back of the sight. Oh, it's so unsuspecting. The spike dropped down. Players finding it. Benkai. Has he got the read here? Watching it as a game of timings. Into the back of it, 17 seconds in the round. The play is being made. A bit of pace now injected. Xiao, wall in play, spike in his hand.
The ult.
Rolling button to try and deny, and that is going to be enough time. It just needs to survive, Benkai. You just need to survive. 2 seconds left into it. And he does get it. The first round on the board. All the way through the lower bracket since this tournament began.
They are just utterly merciless. The fun slayers. But that's FPX. They're not going to give you an inch. Here comes Forsaken, though, aggressive on the attack. Starting to build
Great
the confidence.
Opening, but still, the crossfire FPX, it's too much. Artis and Angel finally dealing with one of them. The pop flash round the corner, Devi. Confidence back under their belts, but it's down to the 2v2. Spike, it's got to be planted here. The players are low. Snakebite off to the side. Devi almost going down.
3 HP there. He'll die to a cold breeze.
Positioning is not there right now for FPX, but Xiao to get to.
One of the other problems is Mindfreak's looking towards long. They have no idea where these players are coming from.
Timing is absolutely everything. Positioning known, still goes for the swing, and the shot still being found. Xiao. This guy, an absolute menace in the clutch.
They want to go home with trophy in hand as early as possible.
These guys have been battered and bruised, fighting their way to get to this point with substitutes. But plays still being made. FPX not slowing down. The confidence is there, right into the back of the site. Forsaken with the 2 kills they needed.
Spike planted.
Now Artis and Zipan look to retake. They know there's a player close.
Still trying to fight this one. A bit of run and gun in play.
Both incredibly weak.
Yeah, does Artis still want to play for this one? That's the question.
It's going to be a new situation for FPX. Usually they're the people that...
Flawless.
Usually they're the...
Lots of rounds to burn to try and finally close this map out.
Heavy showers take from FPX as they move their way forwards.
It's all of the players.
And they're going to meet Xiao and Sugetsu.
Utility used off into the side. Crossfire though! Gotta be wary of it. Boombot taken out. Sugetsu still with the one, but eventually cleaned out through the smoke.
These
players, they're weaving in and out, but down to just Angel. Smokes, there's so much confusion right now. Off onto the corner, Angel, you gotta be joking. The wallbang angle. Shot's being found, but he has to shock, luckily.
Can they dig deep? Can they dig deep in the series? Never mind just in this map.
Who's next?
Oh, popped off there, Forsaken, gonna be trying to use that. Get a bit of information. Utility coming through, pinging into the corner, a bit of a body block in action as well. Flash it to the side, Jing with the satchel play. Xiao's positioning, not the hold, and the running and gutting. Eventually, Jing is shut down at the back of the site. Forsaken trying to, again, make his mark. But Angel returns it. It's down to that 3v3.
Angel got ult off the back of this. And there's 2 players in lamps.
My, the positioning! Angel with 4! And this could be it. The killing blow. A kill not even needed. Molly over the top. That's going to be half on the defuse. Mindfreak, an opportunity. No one's sticking it. It's all down to him. The shot's not found, though, and FPX, pure domination in map number 1.
Where everyone would have been able to see
just how good they might have been. Pistol round underway. FPX got to be playing with a bit of confidence here. The dash engaged, already on the top of 410. Forsaken. Bit of space being taken. Off to the side, though, and off with your head, Artis. What a shot. Right round it. The wall's already up, so they are going to be getting into this post-plant situation, but already FPX not wasting any time. The wall broken down bit by bit. Shots rattled off. Benkai.
So they finally broke the other piece of it, but their players are falling as well.
They're all wall up, though. Xiao just trying to stick it halfway. You cannot be kidding me, man! Off of it in the end, push it forwards, the vulnerability applied! They're a team that really do relish the opportunity to play with that limited pressure. Just come here, have a bit of fun, you know? The goal, make champions, maybe take it a bit further, but here on the global stage is the opportunity to try and grasp it.
Great engagement from Forsaken, taking so much space. And Jing is right there as well. Getting run down by Xiao. But that's easily traded by the rest of the team.
Look at this, swapping around a weaponry. Forsaken's actually giving it all up. Still doesn't matter.
A set play perhaps coming out on the bonus here.
Board over the top. No player's been revealed. In fact, the Cloudburst just cutting off that angle, and Zipan, what a shot!
Using the information that was given to him by Angel in mid, pre-aiming that position from Forsaken perfectly.
But it's an instant pivot, isn't it? Paper-Rex don't want to waste any time here with the wall being straight up. Shao, of course, you're taking that fight to spray down. Not going to get the second, but the damage is definitely starting to get done.
What an awesome punish by Shao to be able to get one back off.
Spike's not even down as well, Josh.
Defy moves forwards, get caught by Sugetsu.
How do you regain position here? That's a good start with Sugetsu falling, but the double up again. Bulldog, what a play being made, but now shut hard and fast to try and deny that post plan from even getting set up. Aggressive approach once more. Haunt onto the top there. It's going to get pre-fired, so no information really going to be gained.
And Jing is going to be loving to search for these early kills, but it actually feels to me like Ardis is going to be the player under pressure. You see where Forsaken is, the tip of the spear for Paper-X. And Ardis, he's getting caught. Expecting the jiggle, and Defy is there.
Great opener.
And that spreads the defensive side thinner over towards B. Zipan's still got a nade to be able to work with. Try and deny the plan, buy some time for rotates to come through.
Prowler's just going to go to the left side of the yellow box with the wall up. Plan trying to get denied there, yet the fragment, that's good.
What an awesome play.
Yeah, pushes
the
them away.
underhand throw from the fragment grenade, making sure that it can
Side.
still tack onto Jing.
They do eventually get that plant down though, and still Devi holding down this long sight angle. Operator and mid is being watched. Shao, what a kill to find.
Look at this swing as well. Oh, Angel, I thought he was going to go for it. Combos
Flash
with a
pop.
flash.
Tries to make the play, but Rez online once more. Gonna hold it though. Positioning known. Half on the defuse. Shao wins out that fight, but can't claim the second. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not
they
keeping track, but one would assume, you know.
Yeah, they just demolished.
Over the top. Yeah, that's gonna be a Horn pushing back that rendezvous, so has to respect it with the TP.
But there's everybody here from FPX. They're willing to over-rotate with only pistols in their hands.
Yeah.
See if they can gamble on it being an A hit.
Stacking the side. There was a moment though, Angel having to re-clear and watch mid just in case. Player lurks their way in. Positioning gain, that sees, and it's latched onto him. Look at that off to the side, they know it. Now with the positioning there, Shao tries to wiggle around with the movement, the play being made. Oh, shots though, Ardis still headhunter. This guy is a dangerous element. Rattling it off, one after the other. Not gonna be rewarded.
Forsaken's extremely weak as well.
Really dangerous.
Updrafting, trying to escape.
No way does he survive this. Snakepipe bringing him down to 7 HP. Now the knife across the side. The plan still not going down. But now finally they can get into it. But positioning is still there. FPX over the top. Zipan into nest. Only has the Sheriff got a reload against the wall now. And he knows roughly where the players are. Devi off to the back. But Forsaken a great.
Monitor some kind of aggressive push. No, he's going to go for the double updraft play with his knives.
Play Storm in hand, seeing if he can catch anybody. Just peeking ahead over Boiler. No bites. And the adjustment here, you can see Ardis now. Got his tour de force in hand.
Oh.
No longer playing towards Beeman. That information, that jump peak gets risky.
There's barely a shred of Jing's head showcased though. He's just managing to find good information about where Ardis is positioned. There are so many different angles that Ardis can play, but he's got to stay within a rough area that he can rendezvous from.
The way that they're playing this, Ardis is denied. The Prowler latches on, it gives Jing the sight line, and the confidence is there. One step further, all the way into the back of A. 3 kills in the round.
And he's still going!
Oh, this guy wants to claim the ace. Right into it, man. Seen it all the time as well. And Ardis shut down once more. The fight being taken instantaneously. A dash forwards and his Paper-X looking to capitalize. They want to take space off of this.
Good shot by Shao.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, Forsaken is just so far forwards. They are incredibly confident taking these swings, but that does mean there's only 2 players now on site.
Still could get dicey.
And the risks!
Still could get dicey.
The risks that they've taken may come back to bite them here. Getsu with a Vandal.
Yep, picked it up, acquired it, a bit of an upgrade for him.
And not just that, the ultimate's here.
Yeah, Nightfall for a Nightfall, traded out across the board to swings again. But it is the post-plant setup. Mindfreak has it ready and waiting. The Orb Angel solo, and that will do the job.
And what was working so fantastically for FPX on their attack side bind, this ability to punish the aggression,
Unbelievable.
just hasn't been coming through.
I mean, Forsaken's instantly updrafted and dashed forward to try and punish this Viper's Pit. It's almost like they were ready for it. And look, forced off the high ground, Togetsu has to hold close. The Prowler reveals his positioning. They know he's not up top anymore.
And that's huge info. Do they clear Shao as well? Not quite.
Oh, slight timing, the spam with the Vandal reveals him, and Forsaken wants to try and take the fight anyway.
Down A.
Moves through off the ropes, a bit of noise being made as well as you step into that slow orb.
That's Benkai having to recover the spike and finds a kill to respond as well and bring us back into a 3v3. These are normally the moments that Benkai calls for some kind of mid-round. Mindfreak has a position at bottom tube. And they choose not to get detected by the 0 point. Can Mindfreak find an opening here in the map? The defense spreads so thin.
That was his cue, I think, as well. A lot of the big information gathering tools of FPX, the Haunt and the Knife was used a couple of seconds prior. And Mindfreak could get some serious value.
How does the timing work here? Can he find a way past
30
Zipan?
seconds
On the
left.
stairs, not necessarily favored, and Zipan. Bit of a reset there, the aim, he finds it in the end. Crosshair placement's good as Angel hears him on the top of the ropes. But now he's trapped off to the side, up to Devi. 1v3 and no time to really make anything of it.
Operator moving himself over to green.
We've seen this in prior matches.
That's where Forsaken has been updrafted to, and you can see that FPX are already thinking about it, looking to try and pre-fire it. But Forsaken's one step ahead, covering it with a Cloudburst.
Counterplay upon counterplay. The adjustments that each team is making. Obviously the dash was enabled, has to spend it. Moves to the side, and the wall is forced out early. Burst down. Not going to be stopping him. In fact, Shao's ended up offloading a boatload of utility. Orb and a snake bite just to try and prevent too much from happening with the rendezvous though. Back to safety, but the Viper's Pit is down. FPX want to be fighting over this one. 2 for Nail, but the positioning. Togetsu reveals it.
I got the spike.
The Trace is just showing exactly where he might be, and Devi is doing all sorts of work.
FPX are going to have to be cautious here, but they have such a player advantage. Trying to bait out a little bit more counterplay as Forsaken there with a tap.
Where do they plant this one? Zipan off to the side!
Where did that come from?
3 kills!
What a play!
Can't reset it enough though. Benkai finally shuts this guy down. A menace. An absolute defining factor potentially in this round. And finally, a Nightfall to push the players back. No sound cues online. Hardis, you're really taking this one, but Mindfreak so close underneath. Time running so low. Could come down to absolutely anything, but with the Horn revealing it. Down, dropping to the side. Now the 1v1. Shao's been so good against Benkai, but the shot is found. Just Shao spamming to push them away, but now again, an aggressive play into mid. FPX showing some different shades, I think, towards their Icebox gameplay. Walking up. They can hear that trademark, but his aggression once more being played. Ardis, risk being taken, backs away into his rendezvous, and Zipan with the re-clear, but the trade online, and so is the Resurrect. The advantage just turned around.
Cloudburst trying to get them out safely, and Shao is still there, holding a different angle. Surely Angel doesn't get that as well. It's back to a 3v3 with guns, I think, available to collect.
Gives him the res.
Resurrect, able to come up. 1 each in the round, and that gives FPX the player advantage.
Walking into this one, and they should know the noise being made that this is leaning towards the A side now. The plant, no players within the vicinity to try and disrupt this one. But it is that player advantage. FPX are working with it. Not the best weapons for the job, but 2 rifles still might be good enough for them. A flash to try and clear through, making sure nobody's holding. The post-plant positioning will be incredibly difficult to deal with.
They need to break this wall. Zipan's running through, trying to make himself the bait here. But he's just run out of the null command. drops permanently, and Jing with the third.
What an angle to find, and a
Enemy remaining.
TP back away. Divine to the 1v1 to get to a slow, patient approach.
National Masters before,
No,
but you wouldn't believe it. You couldn't believe it.
Been denied too many times in the past, but this fight that could be taking place. The jump peak. Drops down, what a flick! Divine finds it. But do they expect this one still? Crossfire, we're going to be blocking this one, Zipan. One's going to be revealing it, Jing already taking so much space on top of his own wall, moves around to the side. And this is the aggressive plays that he's known for.
Enemy remaining.
You cannot predict Jing. And look, they're not even allowing the players to get close for the retake. Applying so much pressure before Sugetsu's even a fraction.
Oh my goodness.
And just playing with it. Playing with it!
Way.
Get out of my way.
Another eco. These are the rounds where FPX has been looking exceptionally dangerous.
Playstorm whiffing, still aware though of the aggressive play by Artist. He pushed across the ropes. No sound cues being made, but
Angel's going for an ult here.
it's diligence, yeah, off to the side.
This looks like they want to be set up for a fast retake off the spike plant noise. Here it comes.
Plan coming through, that's going to be the knife full, scatters them all the way back, the rendezvous though, and now still in those post-plan positions. Jing can't hear anything. Prowler, the entire kitchen sink just being thrown at him into this corner, but can he hold it down? Can he lock it down? Weaponry still not ideal, but it is the final round for them. Sugetsu comes through, rifle is good enough. Jing rewarded with that resurrect, a clean finish.
On this side of the map, in fact, able to have so much impact on the attack. And to me, I think FPX just took him out of the game completely. It barely allowed him to play.
Yeah, one of the heavy hitters of the entire tournament, honestly. Artis has been powering his team through many a moment, but this pistol round, it is a very slow beginning. As expected, FPX, this is how they like to play on their attack sides.
Slow, cautious, spread default. But that also means that there's going to be 1v1 opportunities happening here. And Artis is taking his headhunter over towards the jet and the chamber. Took a shot though, has to back, get the heal.
Yeah, returns it. That was a Prowler being used in mid as well, so doesn't latch on to anybody. FPX are pretty certain, I think, that nobody's going to be lurking just yet.
But FPX are gearing up for an exec here. Looking like they want to hit A. Benkai's already read it, gets back into position, ready to throw his haunt.
Where are you?
It's about disrupting this one as it comes through now. The haunt onto the back. That is going to be Mindfreak revealed. Barely gets away with his life, and a haunt for a haunt, but Artist through the wall. Benkai's found. What is that? Just ridiculous scenes. Jing with one instantly traded, still coming through and right into the snake bite. The trap laid down. Mindfreak, he's got all the utility to cut off any sort of attempt of space, and time running so low now for them. A jump peek round the corner, Artist gets it. Mindfreak though, still that nuisance. Down to the 1v1. Spike will go down, Angel whips it around, Forsaken! On point here, you're going to see this Viper Orb looking to try and deny some space, probably at the back on Rafters. Right close as well. It's not going to be latching, I don't think, onto too many targets, but maybe information's gained. But the Viper Wall's up, no time wasted. It's pace and aggression, that's the name of the game, Artist. Great kill to find onto Jing. This guy has been so dominant over the course of this map.
Poison's off. Spike planted.
Taking him out is a major win condition. Mindfreak's going to come around up the top. They know roughly where Zipan is, and he still finds one. Goes 1-for-1 up at the back, and now Shao repositions.
This reposition so smart, and the flank just being watched down. Forsaken shut down. Can't make it happen. Benkai was aware though. The rendezvous, the shot's whiffing.
That's the escape artist we know and love. He's in, he's out.
And just like that, FPX. Looking a bit better now for FPX. Really eco taken by FPX, of course, and as you're going to see some dodgy plays being made. That is the show's okay. Shorty play with the haunt. Shut down, I believe that was a Prowler in his face, but Jing still close here, ready and waiting. Is there going to be any sort of clear? It's there.
FPX are so diligent with these things. We saw it in the game against Optic as well. They just check every position.
The power of this team, always holding the crossfires, always knowing which act. The same similar default on the defense side that we just saw with the haunt over the top.
But it is some aggression over towards A. Jing and Forsaken holding this area pretty aggressively gives them the idea that there's no one really here.
Taking belt. And we've seen this before when they played in the regional games, not at this tournament, of course. First time that they're playing Icebox, still a fight being taken place. The shot rattled off. Damage was done prior. And the Benkai, VaporX, they're ripping them to shreds.
Awesome position that Benkai's holding up there on the top. Able to
enemy
throw
remaining.
out all of his information, play a high-low setup over with Devi. It's all left in the hands of Xiao, who only had a guard. With Jing flooding forwards into the top, taking the rope. He's slightly slow on it this time, but they're still going to get that duo set up. And they buy time for them to get into position with Mindfreak's Snakebite lineup.
Surely this is known, but look at how the players are playing this one. Yes, ready and waiting. Behind the ramp. Anticipating and expecting the aggression. Xiao and Sagetsu, they answer back in kind.
Shades of bind for sure. We were just talking about how difficult it is to hold such a safe passive default on this map. But FPX manage it.
Yep.
Been online for a while now. He's just choosing not to use it. It's more aggression actually. Mid of Forsaken again.
Yeah. This time with an operator in the hand of Forsaken, and he's pushed up onto that mid angle. Look at where the spike is around the side here.
And this wall.
Watched on top of the wall. Reset.
A headshot.
Damage
in
is
fact,
done. Yeah.
but barely any damage.
Jing dropped down. You can't be kidding me, man.
How is Zipan getting two out of that? Jumping onto a box.
That had to have just been threaded right between the legs, surely.
You will not.
That had to have been it. And the Resurrect, of course, it's online. Kill prior, not even going to be mattering now. Turning it into that 5v3. Risks need to be taken.
And Mindfreak looking to be the one going for it.
Again, FPX are so diligent. The utility to try and clear them through. Viper's Pit is a bit of a response here from Mindfreak.
In a 3v5.
Also using to shut it down. He's dead, just getting spammed through. Slow over to the back, Haunt on top of it. Benkai, a monstrous task ahead of him to try and push back the onslaught. Surrounded on almost every single side.
30 seconds left.
It doesn't particularly look doable.
No.
But they have the funds to be able to commit to this and still buy for the next round. So Benkai and Divine might try and make this just a little expensive. Zipan is having none of it. He is not having any of it today.
A triple push over the rafters, a reflank through mid. Benkai can just hit footsteps all around him.
They've been very diligent in these anti-eco rounds.
Wait, is this? Hold on.
Oh, he misses the jump.
No strangers to these kind of plays being happening as well. That was a snake bite and a seize happening over towards the A side just to punish the orb being grabbed, and Devi, it's going to be that first casualty. My ball dropped off, a fast approach, no time wasted. Now Haunt, he reveals the positioning perfectly. Spam around the side, but still, the kills flooding in one after the other. Forsaken, he's right in their faces. The Blade Storm not giving them any options. Somehow, it's come down to the 1v1 in the blink of an eye. Forsaken, a bit of a read. The crosshair placement is there for the wider swing, but he dashes back, and now he knows it, but still, the noise being cut down over the top. Sagetsu, does he know about this repositioning? Puts them on that map point.
Let's play.
Again, you're starting to see that aggression in play. This time, though, the Horn over the top, spam through the wall. Jing pushed up, didn't even expect this one, right round the side.
Face your fear.
Nightfall pushing him back, and they're taking the fight right up close into them. Prowler going to be denying the vision, but still, Jing right off to the side, and the team is helping him all the way pushed up. They want to end it right here, right now.
Devi's on the ropes.
This is
here.
just absurd.
He's over the top of them. He's on top of Angel's head.
Ships in the night.
Teleport's ready.
Dodges back, but surely he's going to open himself up to an angle here. No, eventually backing away with the rendezvous. And
He's just distracted.
The distraction from the back. Mindfreak. What an opening. What a timing to catch. And it's down to Angel.
I have the spike.
Angel with it all to do. Mindfreak and Divide to fight. The crowd to fight as well. 86 health, though he does have the spike.
Time
Silently moves his way over.
30 seconds, Josh.
30 seconds left.
He might be allowed a free plant here, Bran. He's just walking backwards, though! Into the...
little bit because of the aggression that consistently was coming out from VaporX.
They got most of their work done on the attack side. Now we're going to see them try and defend against this hyper-aggression. FPX sending both duelists looking to try and react towards Dish perhaps in this round.
Utilities traded out there in the one way as well. Tempers that aggression. All of that was going on. FPX, they did take that Dish control, already a drop. They didn't hand ready and waiting, but with the Viper Wall drop down, that's going to be an indicator. The rotations, oh, they're there. The nade off to the side. Forsaken's already in. No morphs. Glides available to them, but FPX just happy to squeeze any remaining players that might be just trying to defend their way through. With the doors open and wide, Angel's head ripped off, and Jing is relentless with it.
He certainly was. That's one of the impressive things about both of these teams. Able to carry that kind of momentum. And the way that they were playing online forwards. FPX, you could argue, playing even better.
No time wasted. Boombot stun as well. Shao gonna try and lock this one down with a Bucky. Revealed. Crossfire off. That's Angel. Forsaken's taken out, but space is gonna be gained now. On this side, should be able to get that plant off.
And here's another classic of FPX. Look at the position of Devi coming out for the longest lurk, the biggest flank possible.
All the way behind them. The fight's still being taken, Jig, you are an absolute maniac! The double satchel play right into the sand. Push them right into the line of sight angles. Devi taking that long lurk all the way through. The marathon approach, it seems, to the map.
All left down to Sugetsu, he doesn't have what it takes.
Fill in those gaps and catch the timings, I think, when you're just trying to deal with the aggression up front, and no stranger to it. Here's the bonus for FPX.
It's not great. 2 Bulldogs, a Spectre, but Jing is one away from that showstopper too. Benkai choosing to get himself one away so that he would have the Rolling Thunder with the spike plant.
Quick satchel play into the orb as well. Make sure that that's nice and clear, but he hasn't cleared at the back of the side. That's Zipan! Oh, and he's got the rifle, and he's clean with the shots. The lurk attempt being watched. Devi, they've caught onto it fast enough, haven't they?
Very early on. A mind freak, Benkai taken down.
Play towards it. You can see that FPX were already ready for these lurks, but again, being played, you can see ults online. That's Benkai holding that Rolling Thunder. It's twice against him, but now still has it online, and now sends it through right into sand. Shaudo, an opportunity. Him and Zipan just locking down these angles. It's up to Jing. Moves in, but he is being swarm surrounded. They know his positioning. TP away, the nade pushes him back, and he's so low.
Such a fantastic response from FPX in this round. Leaves everything once more in the hands of Benkai.
Tries to go for it, doesn't he?
And that's
there, FPX.
Cover going out.
Have the weapons this time, working with just a bit of a lighter buy, of course, half on it. Flash through into Samba. Shao, he deals with it easily enough. Mind Freak, though. Instant response to the trade online. The door's still open, and this is causing more than enough issues. How are they returning the fire like this?
All of those sheriff shots were so precise from the side of FPX. And Forsaken's going into spawn here.
Crazy
looking to try and close the gap.
Absolute madness. Oh, this shuts down.
Are still content to send the same kind of pistol round look, where they're slowly prodding towards halls with both duelists up at Dish.
It's a stun and obviously exchanged. Prowler's being used. That's a lot early on from Shao, just to try and clear through in case there's somebody there. But it is more tempered, and space has been given up. That drop location. Players are watching it though. FPX seem relatively aware that it could be a possibility, of course. Compromise, you've got to be knowing it.
Angel's getting a little antsy here. Gonna have to refresh his one-way soon, and I think that's the timing that FPX are going for. One way back up, Angel wants information right now. He's playing much further forwards than he has done previously, because there's been no noise from FPX.
It's been cut completely.
Only one rendezvous is what he hears.
There's not a lot to go off, but with the Viper orb down, there's a fast lane to try and split this one up. And now the showstopper play into sand, cut it across, but this wall impedes it.
Sugetsu,
12 he lives! An absurd series of events. How do you get away with that one? And the pressure still being applied, the corner not being cleared. Angel returns back into action. 2 kills for him. Devi will eventually trade it, but he's left alone, isn't he? 1v3, picking up this rifle. And the crossfire, this chokehold that FPX have got onto the site. An almost impossible task.
A With only 10 seconds left, he is not getting...
Like, again, all the players
You want to play? Let's
happy to
play.
keep up a similar kind of default.
Yeah, they're really trying to hammer home this conditioning.
Oh,
Perhaps trying to
I
make
have the
space
spike.
for Devi to work his operator in there.
one against the other. Tour de force could be a huge difference maker. They're slowly creeping up on these ankles.
Ardis is going to have the better angle here if Devi comes close.
Comes down to these micro adjustments. It comes down to it, doesn't it? Just the patience to try and hold this one. Ardis still unwilling to reposition. And what is going to give?
On the other side of the map, Angel has this info.
Setting it up for though. All going to be scattered through. That's going to be the Rolling Thunder. And now Forsaken, the overdrive is all the way deep in their spawn. One kill found. Satchel attached to Getsu. You should not be favored there. Sunba still locks down tower, but he's being squeezed. Not able to push back the approach of the players. With the Viper's pit down, it's looking like a difficult task, but
Not for
Shao,
much longer.
listen, he takes that threat out. Now he's making it work. Him and Angel against the world. Forsaken. Ult's going to be fading. Picked up a Bulldog. God, they still need to get themselves onto the site. Angel has TPs available, but it's red. And a satchel across. Playing it well. First half was really on the side of FPX. Or FPX, I should say.
But they found something that works, and this time Forsaken Devi getting very quickly past the one-way smoke, making sure they hold for any kind of setup. I'm not sure what their plan was if they got hit by the paranoia here, maybe just to flee. But at this point, Angel's missed his opportunity.
Moving it back, I mean, he's still holding close to the wall.
It's
Door opens up.
awkward, though. It's awkward positionings from the
Incredibly
FPX
awkward.
players. Angel might just end up running into Jing.
Still coming through. Jing trying to take the timing. He's given free reign there at Dish.
There.
Misses the opportunity though.
And this is Sugetsu's classic mid-round Viper's Pit popped onto the A site. A little bit of sound bait here from FPX as they try and make it sound like they're going over towards B. Or is this just indecision? Pings all over sand would indicate FPX are still going to try and fight through this.
Needs to be watched now. You can see them moving all the way through the stun. That's going to be a connection. Forsaken moves forward. It's a fast lane to split it up, but this is a difficult one again to deal with up close and personal. Sugetsu on the high ground and the Viper's Pit remains intact.
30 seconds.
And it has to be a pivot. It has to be an adjustment.
And Ardis stays in his position here. They're going to go... Nope, thinking about going over the ropes. There really is indecision.
20
Littering
seconds.
the camp of FPX right now.
No time.
Benkai normally so good in these mid-round decisions.
A tour de force as well, a dodge to the side. Ardis, he could shut this down single-handedly. Holding behind it, dies, the shot is found! And the slow field placed across, the showstopper is the cherry on top. Not a chance in hell for FPX to find their way back in.
A Devi successful map 2. Forsaken stat line seems to indicate he's back to bind. Just getting shut down, hammered by utility. Has to keep giving up these early fights,
No
but he
way.
wants to force
No
another.
way.
And what is that shot?
What a flick in the angle, watch Devi. He's got his back. Oh, this is just once more relentless. Forsaken though this time. Put off the gas, now the satchel play onto the site. It's up to Zipan to see if he can lock this one down. He knows slowly being squeezed with the positioning, and the timing was everything.
And it was perfect.
Flash into the corner, Ardis rattling off almost everything in his clip there. The headhunter finding it though, still. It is a 2v3. Sugetsu, what a kill to final to Jing. Choosing to refight into this Devi with the shot though, down to Ardis.
And with only an operator in hand. This one doesn't look doable. In fact, rendezvous in.
Still leaning over towards it. I mean, it's just absolutely outlandish behavior. The double satchel in the showstopper. Rip through, trademark. Oh, Slowfield's going to be throwing a wrench into the plan, I think. Just trying to clear their way through with the flash. The fast lane, the players off-site. Shaudo. Oh, he's right around this corner, and the timing here could be everything for them.
Go, go, go.
Forsaken's going to plant in a position where Mindfreak has those snakebite lineups. So now, possibly for the first time, we get to see the FPX post plan. And how do FPX deal with it? Are they going to go for something quick? They've denied Dish. Actually, Mindfreak's not going to go because he was looking to go for a mad wraparound.
Forsaken! The Horn is just lighting this guy up, and somehow he still lives. Alive, but for a moment, Zipan will eventually deal with him, but it is just Hall's control. That's all the FPX are dealing with. It makes it hard for them to try and push back this one, but it looks like they've got a setup to deal with it. control being gained. Divide with the operator, opening after opening with the nade sent flying. Nobody can get onto this one. Rattle it off and flick to the side. Divide eventually shut down by the snake bite. Getsu weakened, no more time, has to stick it. And it's
PaperX that are in control and looking to take a sixth.
Bomb buddy out.
The economy's on their side. The flash to the side and all of that conditioning still. It's a bit of a gamble with players leaning over here, but Arcade is being played for. Satchel play right up close. Forsaken's moving through. This is support a little bit more with a fast lane. Artist plays inside of it, and guess what? Tagetsu's still in tower. Still locks it down despite the fact he's being pressured from the back there. Jing ended up sending in his nade in this crosshair placement. He just knows it's coming.
And Sugetsu has the spike as well. It is so difficult to try and retrieve that.
Hyperspit.
And even more difficult now.
Good luck.
Potentially impossible. Mindfreak and Devi in such a rotten position.
Last player standing.
Vardis collecting that one there onto Mindfreak. Devi going to take quite a bit more for him to find an edge. Every shot whipping, and eventually Tagetsu comes out to
Rotated instantly, Zipan pushed out Dish.
play,
They just knew they were going to be.
Stun's going to be revealing quite a lot there, but this time it is on the B side of things. Mindfreak. See where this one lands. Supplementing the rest of this push now, right onto the top of stairs. So he's going to be pushed forwards, and I think the goal there to try and push him forwards into the aftershock. They've already taken tower, but look at that crosshair placement. This guy is impeccable.
What a monster! Making a serious case for MVP in this tournament. And in this map, finally gets taken out by Forsaken, who goes for a slide play.
One after the other, the plays just keep happening. The shots are rattled off. Back and forth. Artist.
Spike planted.
How do you retake this one? Operator. The Viper's pit in the choke.
And you have to go for it. It's the final round of the half.
Teleport's
Either way, FPX have 6. Question is whether Artist can put them out to a major advantage. This would be an outrageous clutch if he could pull it off. If he could find the timing, and it's just not quite there.
Not quite.
These crunch plays going to actually find value, and I think we might get the answer very shortly.
They're just holding for it. There were pings on the map. That was for the fault line. The angle, but look at this positioning, this crossfire. 3 players watching it, just the angle still. Stuns off to the side. Artist in the back, Headhunter. One after the other. Not the cleanest shots in the world, but it doesn't matter.
And Benkai has to limp away, 13 health. A failed venture completely there. Maybe Mindfreak can save something though.
It's over the top, reveals his position. And there's still a kill being found.
Devi's worried about being pushed from the other angle. He does have a little bit of space to work with.
Player standing.
But Artist pushes even deeper. Devi catching him in the back, 1v2.
How do you deal with this one, Devi? Hopping around the corner, the Prowler. Nobody wanted to capitalize off this, but it's a double face. Have to be careful. The 1-2 shot, the damage is done. 2 HP in a dream, and it's not enough.
Go, go, go.
They're not bothered about it though, they're going to go for it again. Another attempt at some bridge aggression. Trying to control the north side of the map.
Push them
Meanwhile, FPX is starting out. Looking at tunnel, looking at taking
I mean,
stairs.
This is honestly, again, a bit of a hard read, I think, from FPX. The preparation coming into this, knowing the aggressive plays were coming.
And what a boom bot. That one actually notifies them that somebody's pushed out Arcade.
But still, how do you deal with Devi?
Hello?
Rest of the players over across the ropes there. He's taking off 2 of the players' heads. Another bit of action. Shao, Guardian. Tricky weaponry, but eventually doing the job, isn't it? Evens it out. Now a 3v3. But could still get dangerous.
Oh, Xiao gets every kill to take them out of dangerous situations.
No. Noise. Mindfreak. Attacking here is absolutely everything. The right click! You have got to be kidding me. How are you getting away with this one, Zipan? Bit of a retreat. Finds a shot. Now a weapon. 1 shot to the head, but Xiao shot.
PaperX did enough damage to stop these bonus rounds that have been carrying carrying FPX's aggression through. Normally in round 15, PaperX have rifles to work with, bulldogs, everything. This time, only the 2 from Angel and Xiao.
Zipan just hoping somebody gets up close and personal with him.
And FPX have got to assume in these kind of rounds that bridge, the north side of the map, is taken. If they don't have somebody up there giving them information, you can't assume that FPX have decided not to push.
That's really clear. The timing here, shots exchanged. But it is that double face. You have to be so careful here if you are Forsaken. Smoke drop down, blocks it still. And now the contact once more. FPX are hoping that, again, that patented FPX aggression, the way that they play, might just be working out in their favor. This time, though, it strikes for them. A satchel body blocked. Aggression not really getting too much done here, but it's still a crossfire all the way back. But now, 30 seconds in the round.
And FPX have prodded, taken map control, and not overpushed this time. The time pressure is becoming an issue for
Paranoia
FPX.
fades, Benkai! The rifle, the shots, just perfection.
And FPX are able to come out.
Ensuring that they don't give away any free kills, easy ones still. That's a TP forwards. Horns over the top and a bit of spam through. Play cooked up, Angel. Oh, he's so deep there. Into Dish, he gets rewarded with the kill as well, but this is a battle on multiple fronts. Shao pushed up close, right to the side. The satchel.
Specimen for the rest of the FPX players to clean up.
2-round lead, a Horn just ever so slightly missing.
That might make FPX a little cautious. Usually FPX are playing around Dish. This time not. Going for another peek that Zipan is ready for.
And this is just shades of Bind, I think, at this point, Josh.
No charges.
The aggression, again, you know what to anticipate when it's coming from FPX. When they're running the double duelist with the Neon on the raise, you know they're going to be trying to take control, making risky plays. A bit of a double satchel there, now to Nightfall. Push them back, he does get good information, they know that there's a player there, but now the response, Rolling Thunder. Viper Wall going to be blocking them, no more sound cues, double stunned up into tower to try and find it, but again the crossfire, just watching. FPX so good at just tempering all the aggression coming towards them. That aggression into halls once more, but again the FPX players are just holding, watching. Defensive Viper Wall does obviously put a bit of a blockade, but a Haunt just to push back through it and take that space.
And this is going to be one of your most typical FPX defaults, taking a lot of people to hold the angles as somebody sets up on the top stairs.
Trademark gone, nade into the back of the side, don't have to worry too much, but tower, Snakebite was there, helps him out, and it does force that rendezvous, so site control is gained.
And FPX gambled A very early on, so they are going to be retaking from a long way away with very poor weaponry.
The Viper's pit dropped down, so gets spammed out of this one, moving forwards, Artis has to deal with this one. The risk being taken, teleports back. Moving forwards, through the crossfire. Diligence being shown once more from them, and somehow Jing getting that pick off there. He's managed to get the flank off, and now it's offered him his showstopper. Double satchel into the side, a flick to the back of the site. The rocket doesn't quite do the job. Zipper now answering again with one of his own, down to it. All the way. That they faced, it's been that preparation, diligence, the crossfires. The trust in each other as teammates as well to be able to hold each other's backs, and well, no one's really able to respond with that one. Jing still wants to hold the angle up, when the door opens up, the double swing, it's a trade at the end of the day.
Really disciplined from FPX, shutting down Jing. Device going to go for another peek, and he has an answer as well.
And it's just feeling inevitable at this point. Up top, Benkai does grab 2 kills, okay. Angel though anchoring up top now. Spike's going to start to go down, but Benkai is weak. Not a lot of utility other than the flashes. What can Forsaken offer as well? Push it forwards. Fast lane, that's a punish. Great timing with the swings. And now...
Because their players demand it, and yet, if you bring the pain to them, you can find openings.
A last-ditch effort though. Fast lane, the overdrive is all popped off to try and help Forsaken supplement it, and the kills this time going their way. Weapon's not too good, squeezing him from the back of halls, but Sugetsu shuts it down, still Jing the satchel play, Sugetsu!
Is so very different, and neither team pulling a breach out when that is, you know, the standard meta pick. Both of them moving away to that stage as the desk was discussing there.
Yeah, a bit of a unknown variable, I think, on the side of FPX as well. Using it to disrupt some of these hits coming through. Barlow was mentioning it, but there's the wall coming down. Prowler actually avoiding that close corner. And it's an immediate response to back away. How does Angel die to the nade there?
That was, I think that was a seize and a nade that they may have thrown together there. I'll have to take a look at that afterwards. but FPX's mid-rounding has been fantastic on this map.
One over the top, Xiao's positioning, it is known, still the angles. This crossfire FPX, absolutely elite at shutting down any of it, and the layers to the strategy. FPX will not be denied, not the pistol round, not this time.
And Tate. And then they have Forsaken lurk into those holes in the defense. But first you've got to create the holes.
Yeah, first you've got to try and condition them, but it looks like FPX are more than ready. A nade to the side, and the angle as well. More than watched. Angel with the ghost, 3 kills, 3 headshots.
Angel's just been monstrous so far this series, and towards the end of the playoff bracket, he shows no signs of slowing down. He's one of those players that only has the ghost in these rounds, and yet he's still able to come up with the goods.
Smoke to try and push it back, but Forsaken already taking all this space. Angel was low enough. Down to Sugetsu. His timing is everything with the plant coming through. He could have isolated a 1v1, but denied. A thrifty for... Be able to follow up on a lot of that. Was coming through, Horn over the top. Jing not wasting any time, is he? All the way up close and personal to Caesar try and clear that corner, but at this kind of pace with the Boombot spotting the target. Does he know up top? The answer is yes. Sees though. Drops him and stops him for but a time. Still have to take these fights though. The weaponry still could get very dangerous for FPX, but the plan is going to go down. It's not going to be stopped.
And it's a weird one. You have a Sage wall on either side. Ardis couldn't get punished in short because of Sugetsu's wall, and now FPX are coming back in. The post-plan positions are so claustrophobic.
They're re-pushing this all the way through. Jing shut down. Divide catches that one down to that 1v1. And Zipan answers back.
Back to back.
We'll see now. Money's a bit wonky. You see the Spectres in the hands of the FPX players. They want to try and take that fight into mid-space straight away. It is again relentless, the showstopper. Off to the back, and what a direct! Jing catches it, the nade. This guy not convinced yet still. He backs away. Not lacking for confidence, but now the Prowler in his face wants to be inside this smoke. He dissipates at exactly the wrong time. The angle's being watched down, but Zipan is just being dealt with still. Showers there, Horn to try and help him out. The crosshair placement was broken for but a moment. Device still eager to take these fights, swinging back and forth. The precision, this guy is just elite. And all he's doing right now is buying time, the movement. The wide swing into it. Prowler not connecting. Sugetsu 1v3 time ticking. No more to work with. And a slide off angle. Gets the one, but with the post-plan situation, finding the kills, there is no time to secure it.
And sometimes it feels like that might be the only way to win clutches against Sugetsu or Xiao. Every team with the eco disadvantage has won.
See if that trend continues. Same plays being made, the Boombot up close and personal. The Stars laid down the Nightfall as well, positioning revealed. The FPX players always set up to succeed with this.
Zipan Sugetsu, they've got Vandals in their hands, but no chance in the round unless they can find an opener, perhaps two.
I mean, how many times has it happened? But Forsaken with the crosshair placement locks it down.
Bring them down.
The kill onto Jing there, but it's just up to Angel and Sugetsu with the spam through the smoke. Not much more you can do other than skip and a hop away, just try and bait and take away these guns, but look at that. Is important, a full investment on the side of FPX. Ardis, tour de force obviously whipped out, but that jiggle means that the information is gained now for FPX. And look at this already. Starting to see echoes of what we were talking about before.
Sugetsu could easily get caught here with a slow orb in his hands. If Forsaken tries to get aggressive, you can see the same kind of thing again. 4-1 once Mindfreak connects with the rest of the team. And either the hit onto A works, or you have Forsaken as a mid-round option.
I think with a bit of a noise being made here. Setting it up, the Stars dropped. That's going to be the timing for Forsaken, and look at that. Leave the wall in the hands of Sugetsu, just caught with a utility. On the other side of things, still being watched. FPX are dealing with this one adequately enough. The showstopper to force them out. Angel works his way into mid. He knows they're trying to pivot into that, even a B split. whatever they can get their hands on.
And what a perfect read from FPX once more. Okay, sure, Sugetsu got overwhelmed, but the A site got stuck, and they collected the lurker.
30 seconds
Angel
left.
already in mid to meet Benkai. Can Mindfreak pull off another one of these ridiculous moments that powered FPX through the upper bracket?
And with 20 seconds left, now they know that this is coming through the horn. Dealt with in the swing. Oh, the timing. It's too good for him. Devi pressured from every single front. FPX getting a handle, getting a read on the way.
Into those clutch moments.
Let's play.
This guy's always ready for it now. The layers on top. It's a need to push them back, and this deep omen smoke does cause a couple of issues.
Look at Ardis playing Opping again on top of his trademark. He's never leaving the trademark alone on the map where it can get smoked off and abused. He's got his operator on top there. Sugetsu, in fact, has just chosen to use the wall for Garage. Diligent from FPX to break it early enough, though, that could still be a threat.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time in this round. Anything to happen, and look at this re-clear. See long, the contact push, doubling up, making sure that the players aren't alone when they're doing it. They're going to be able to get a lot of information off of it, but is it enough? You still know the fight's coming, Shao!
Down A.
Sprays him down! Tries to take a little bit more out of him, but Mindfreak watching it, holding it. Jing now taking a bit of an approach. Side control's going to be his, and Ardis forced. Try and make some moves here with the operator in his hand. The angle's not being there for him, and what a shot by Forsaken. Just the head being found.
One enemy remaining.
And Mindfreak cleans up the last two.
The crowd want to see it. Let this go to map number 5, all the way, all the distance, and who can blame him? Another fast approach, a pull off to the back. Angel though, only working with the pistol. Not enough.
Sometimes these anti-ecos have gotten sloppy from FPX, but they've got site control incredibly early on. Is that a fake wall, a deliberate bad one?
It's an interesting one.
Something strange. Either way, FPX would have to hit some nasty shots to make this one close.
Now here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to follow up on this one with the Hort lineup in play. The player, Ardis, was really the only one who could capitalize. He was shut down soon enough, and again, the weapons just...
Way lobby, and it's exactly as FPX move themselves away, aiming for some kind of C-split, or at least early pressure in that direction.
Door being broken, making sure nobody's close. A nade and a slow up, but look at this timing. Forsaken, he's already so deep. I don't know if they're going to expect this one. Possibly a bit of a soundbait with a slow up, but this angle up close and personal with the wall. It's a much more passive one from Sugetsu.
Forsaken and Jing love doing this. Even if you think you've caught the one lurker, the other's there to punish. And that Boombot
No way.
sees nothing,
No
knows
way.
nothing.
And Forsaken with a timing! Comes up with nothing. Zipan. Patience. The knowledge knowing that they could have just walked their way past it, but now you can start to see this, at least the beginning of a hit coming through. There's not much pace behind it though, only a bit of utility being used. Now the wall to see if they can get themselves in. It's a distraction. They're trying to buy time for Mindfreak again to lurk through, but look at Jing into the back line. The kills are flooding through!
He was back so quickly into Garage, made all the difference. And this time, Angel makes the play, moving himself up into Cubby.
Is this even going to get cleared? Boombot latches onto Ardis, has to back away, will break it in the end, and look, patience being played! Spray down, not enough to claim 2, but at least just the 1. A 2 for 2. Jing has the positioning. Another nade to try and force him back away from those connectors, and Mindfreak, while you're trying to watch this lurk, the show stop it, misses completely!
Not a point of damage!
The outplay, Mindfreak, shots being found!
In this half, very reasonable.
Very dangerous, but still Shao wants to take the fight. The disrespect of the utility, he really has no way to disengage here. The slow up, keeping him locked, and the swing. Forsaken claims the kill, space for the resurrect as well. Angel's got a hefty task ahead of him. The Nightfall to cut across into their spawn today. Know that Angel is here. The Boombot won't quite see him, and the crossfire! That is just perfection. The smoke up top, close to dissipating. FPX, again. Bit of a chokehold that they've got on this one, and with the utility in Benkai's hand, he was not expecting that one.
Devi holding the angle, Ardis gets the better end of it. And so again, on the fact that Forsaken is really having a huge impact in this map, like we haven't seen before in the series. Both of the heavy hitters waking up.
Oh my word.
And this is the classic play, the smokes. Get them in, trademark broken, Forsaken so deep in the first 10 seconds. And then he vanishes, like a whiff of smoke.
Starting to see the shades, though, of why this Sage was picked up by FPX. It's a later wall to just block off that one extra avenue, and Artist still watching for it. The jiggle peaks, though. I mean, goodbye PaperX showing that discipline. Don't want to give away any easy kills, but again...
Paranoia retake of Garage, and Angel almost stepped into Forsaken sightlines. There's a lurk play caught again. And the Nightfall into mid. FPX have no idea where their opponents are. The PaperX are so far back.
It's all over the place. Lurks on lurks. Forsaken taking advantage, I think, of a bit of that chaos in the round. And with the war fading down, where are they leaning? PaperX running away through now. They've got that Garage control. Skipping it off, and they broke the crosshair placement. Forsaken set up to succeed. Off to the side, Devi. What an angle.
And it's on Xiao and Zipan.
30 seconds
so
left.
far away from the action
Planted.
to try and make this one another even half. The reflag from Forsaken. The battle should happen in Garage here for the round.
Pressure is on, seeing if you can get that even round. Players work their way in, but FPX, such a difficult task. Right into the crosshair placement, the slow field lockdown. Xiao! 2 kills! He expects it, but Forsaken wins!
And it's a triple stack over by A early on here. Forsaken watching mid.
No way. The angle being watched! You are joking!
What a kill!
A rapid fire approach! Just unloading the headhunter to find Angel.
And already Jing posted up in A lobby off the back of all of that. Forsaken is going to be given space to take liberties here. The FPX default is going to be slow.
The reposition! What a punish!
Did he intend to do that? Was that just a crazy timing that Zipan caught?
I mean, he must have heard it, at least some sort of sound cue, I think, to try and take it, but they are just again taking liberties. The wall comes through, hopping up on top of the box. Jing! What a play to take out Artis. Bit of running gun as well, just skirting in between the bullets. The nade on top of it pushes them back. And it is just so in chaos in the round. FPX just so uncertain of what the hell is going on.
I've never seen a Sage on Haven as creative as Benkai. That play is awesome. And Zipan should have been caught. Manages to squeak away with his life.
Base the shot.
Brings reinforcements.
Bot over the top. Now they're going to be both of them on top of the wall still. That's Jing finding value, finding the kill and watching it. The horn set.
PaperX played against Optic. Although that was mostly on the other side of the map. But you can see that they've crafted stuff for both.
With the poorer weaponry, not enough damage to try and break portions of that wall, but there is enough of a gap. Benkai making sure to plug it. He knew that the wall was bad, but it's an instant answer, a response. Long range angle.
Bad is subjective. The wall is what you make of it. Artist, though, was very quick with the response, grabbing Devi down short. And FPX are going to want to try and punish this A lobby aggression. Here comes Forsaken again, trying to peek the same angle that Devi was on earlier in the round. And for FPX here, Angel's trying to find the timing past the Sage wall. When the wall breaks, the defenders have less information, and he's going to try and hit that into B.
Shots rattled, and the damage, look at that swing! Again, the thing that's carried FPX so far, that discipline, and the raw mechanics of Artis. But they're not done yet. PaperX, a nade into the corner just in case, but is it going to be watching for it? Yes, indeed. Flick of the wrist, and the players are clean. Very impactful round for FPX to try and close out this series. It's got to start here on this round.
They have to be ready for pushes like this. FPX must know that Jing occasionally goes on a wander down mid. Benkai's looking ready to break any kind of utility that would come through.
Making sure that he's got his sightline, the angle onto that haunt. It's being used a lot by FPX.
But Xiao's not in a position to try and clear Jing at the moment. And Xiao has also used both of his prowlers, or perhaps only brought 1, maybe 0 into the round. Using them as part of the default. means that he doesn't have them to clear out mid. And now with a minute on the clock, it's been so slow. Jing made a noise, a footstep, a jump.
And Jing.
The jig is up.
Yeah, a rare moment of patience, I think, as well. From him not to just commit into this one. A bit of a jiggle, a jump peek there from Forsaken. The information going to be gained. He knows now that A-Long is compromised, but Devi always ready and waiting. Sitting up close and personal to rendezvous. Positioning, found a slow warp. Latching down to the feet of Artis still. Jing wants to fight this one. Zipan though, the angles and the weapons. Head's taken off, still finding it. Players just pouring out into the site, trying to deny the plant.
And Zipan and Xiao have just been animals. They're so good at holding these angles down. And it all comes down to Mindfreak, the player who entered these grand finals with the highest clutch percentage. But he's been quiet today. Can he find a moment to put FPX into double digits?
The timing. Crossfire isn't exactly great. The smoke to try and lurk his way in. A tap of it. Trying to bait out one of the angles. The Haunt though tags him through the box! And he's back! Maybe it was just really all that they could afford. Taking a fight over towards C-Long, and again the disrespect being shown. Jing making his way right down mid, but Devi also answering back, making sure that map control is lost. What a response! Angel tries to answer through, but you don't expect him this up close once more.
Jing finding huge value out of his deep mid position, and it all falls down to Xiao. Almost gifted one there.
Listen.
And Mindfreak would die to a single body shot as well.
Where are you?
Slow enough for it, but Xiao is, I think, feeling the pressure on every single side. You can feel it. The Haunt was dropped down just in case a player was close, but these angles, the positioning, honestly, all over the place. 20 health, okay, Mindfreak, well.
He's given him a weapon upgrade, Xiao, now with a Vandal in hand.
And plenty of time on the clock as well, Josh. This can be slowed right down.
This stage, Xiao has already won 3 1v3s. He's been demonic in this tournament in the clutch. One of the MVP candidates for the tournament based on how crucial he's been for FPX. And the time is not on his side. Less than 30 seconds as he starts to take the spike over to A. Nobody there. Benkai watching, listening for it.
Xiao has to be diligent. But also, time running short. 10 seconds left to try and make the play. The Haunts drop down to ensure that there's nobody there, but with it destroyed, now you can see the pressure is on the wall up.
What a crazy wall. Benkai tried to deny the plant with that.
That is absolutely absurd, but now he's just got to wait. The timing. Xiao wants to force it down into the 1v1. At least he doesn't know where Jing is. But now he feels it. He hears it. The utility being used. The positioning is known. Benkai, he will fall. Xiao taken down into the 1v1. The showstopper, the trade.
Large financial advantage in this round, despite the fact that some of them are still working with light armor. The economy's been in tatters for both teams.
Space being gained by FPX. Working their way through now to Nightfall and the Paranoia. It's all comboed up, but it doesn't actually latch only onto Benkai. Up top onto Heaven. The Haunts push them back, and now the players swarming into the site. FPX want to be denying this one, but a satchel play. Zipan again, up close, up top, and personal. Denying any opportunity for FPX to get in there and shut down that spike plant.
Forsaken met with a 1v5, unable to have any impact in this round, despite his 20 kills, despite his carry performance in the first half. He just hasn't been able to find those moments.
This tour de force, a quick scope. A flick of the wrist, but only 2 bullets remaining. And too many targets to choose for.
The rounds. And now you see both teams with full equipment in hand.
Disrespect being shown again. Into mid with the boombot, following up off onto it. And look at this, Angel teleporting up onto the high ground inside the smoke. And need to clear the back a bit, but it is that full retake setup by FPX.
And Forsaken's already come out the back of Garage.
No way.
Looking to get the fast wraparound. Smoke dissipates.
3 players looking for it, and it is being washed. Xiao, he just about whipped the weapon around, watching that one angle, but still. Plant not in play. It's a bit of a tap.
And Angel has gone used his Omen ult, teleporting behind everybody, causing genuine paranoia in the mind of Jing.
Planted.
He has no idea if he's being flanked.
Every angle needs to be watched for. I think the setup from FPX, look at this now, trying to make the plays happen, the showstopper to contend with Jing. Oh my goodness! Eventually shut down, but has he done enough damage? His teammates might think so. The Cosmic Divide cuts it up, and now the pressure is on. FPX have to play up close and personal. The horn broken, pushing through the wall, but how would you get through it? The barrage, the bullets laying.
Them to still buy into this one. They're going to make an attempt to stop FPX from getting to map point.
There's a bit of an all-in. Angel TP, it's punished! But Zipan responds in kind. Comes through. How do you get 2 kills like that?
And if you had to tell me which team would you expect to use the utility combo and which Raze is just going to be swinging for 2, I think I would have had the names backwards. Mindfreak looking for the mid-round push.
What a risky play. And the angle, it's everything! But a shot's are found, a jiggle of the movement! And the second player falls. Risks over the map.
Unable to have too much more impact. They just need to dodge one scrappy force buy, and Jing starts it.
There.
And again, they're not put off from making these high-risk, high-reward plays. The money is abysmal for FPX. Losing a player on top of it, it's dire. Wall has to be used just to see if they can get the res offline, but look at this, another punish, an attempt of it. A bit of a gamble as he fires it against the wall. He misses the mark at the end.
It's a great idea, but Sugetsu was already ahead of the play. He understood that that was going to be coming through. And now it looks like he's still trying to find a time to go for this. He needs players to help.
They are going to be trying to contain with the space, but at least holding down these angles, baiting a swing from them. The nade! Oh, it's so tenuous. Sugetsu wants to go for the Resurrect. He needs to try to bring this even, and finally it's being played, but the spam through. Pinged out, and know exactly where it is. And one after the other. The advantage is just snowballing. FPX, within their grasps, will not be denied their right to go to map 5. The round not over yet. FPX would have to pull off a miracle.
Angel's managed to find his way into B. But with 15 seconds left, it's all but done.
Just no time. The duel, well, not quite favored. The plant, though, Angel gets a spike down, but it's left down to him.
And sure, the time pressure dodged, but FPX spent half the round just trying to get a res online. It's all down to Angel, and he can't handle it. FPX are taking us to a 5th. FPX are starting on the attack side here. Like the Des was talking about, there's no Viper walls whatsoever. How do they cut off sight lines? How are they going to find value out of the Neon? I mean, I guess they're just running in.
And Jing just runs in and he finds the value to teleport. Breaking ankles, taking names, but Shao locks it down, he shuts it down.
Still playing over by the half wall kind of setup. And Mindfreak on
Not
the
being
lurk
cleared
here,
out.
looking
Not
for
being
another one of
cleared
those big rounds.
Mindfreak, what an opening to get. Hard is taken out, still the fight being taken. Jing, the confidence, you're solo, one shot will do it in Zipan. He collects it easily enough. Bit of spam through the wall, Mindfreak set up. No stars available. Knows where the spike is. Trailblazer broken, and the 1v2 face. FPX so favored. Forcing into this one. Again, a dangerous tempo, a dangerous game they're playing, but it's all on the line, why not? It's gonna be the Prowler, it's gonna be removing a bit of the threats there. They crash into the back, that's gonna be a teleport, and the dart. No targets really being found. There's still, there's a player lurking, waiting at that main approach, that one choke point angle, but the spike be planted. No difficulties there. Post-plant scenario is allowed for them, but Forsaken takes so much damage just trying to get out of there.
Forsaken, in fact, does not get out of there. That's his clone jogging to safety. Benkai's weak.
The fight's being taken, the Bulldog ADS, they are going to be favored in this one, but it's a trade anyway. Now, the flank timing the lurk. Mindfreak is down for him to do some damage, to buy a bit of time and space for his team, but now, look at this, running them down with the Ghost in play. Doubled up. Divine Mindfreak against the world. Sticking this one on the defuse. The damage, it's enough to stop it, but it's still up to him. Half online, and he has to swing wide. He has to hit the shots, but it's Shao again. and time just enough.
They are not FPX. Fall or fly, they're doing it in true APAC style.
Oh, yes.
You could not get a better end to this series. It's the most EMEA comp you could come up with against the most APAC craziness.
It really is something that you'd find, honestly, just picked up in your ranked games. The FPX are a dangerous team, even when they've only got the Sheriffs, a Marshal or two, whatever, to work with. You can see that's why FPX are playing this with such discipline. This angle being played by Ardis as well. It's going to be able to watch for him, trying to push up deep into mid as well. It doesn't really reveal too much of his positioning as well.
That smoke, however, is going to make Ardis think there's a potential for somebody to be deep already at Arch.
Stuns, gate crash into the back of the side, but the shot's so whiffed. Just missed. Forsaken couldn't find the head, and Ardis is still being surrounded by enemies, but with the rifle, he should be good for it. A quick updraft, revealed by the dart. And
the most important map they've ever played.
All on the line.
And that is fast. FPX immediately swinging out to window. Punish Ardis. And Sugetsu tried to hold the angle, but just got overwhelmed. Too many bodies for him to deal with.
Instant response, though. Looking through mid, Angel just takes up all this space now. And he's going to be watching holding. Seeing if anybody comes within his crosshairs.
And FPX have decided to play heavily for mid here. Both A and B have full retake setups. Not that FPX know that.
Their moves now as well, delivering that spike over towards one side of the map. FPX are playing so cautious in terms of just their positioning. All of them grouped up.
This middling kind of positioning from Xiao might allow him to use his Hunter's Fury to stop some kind of plant, but I think he might just be a fraction too far away.
Dart was sending a release the trip.
Spike planted.
Triggering there, giving them a bit of information, a bit of positioning, but still now they have to use that cam, clearing it down.
And honestly, against FPX, you're worried they've pushed your spawn.
Yeah, they could have taken so much advanced positioning off of this. Not a lot given, but Forsaken well. Taking away Zipan. Advantage. Gain for FPX. Looking like they can maybe put this round on the board.
And amazingly, FPX are actually playing really passive positions on the post plant. Going for the reflank now through tunnel. Sugetsu's got it all to do, and it's just impossible.
Play Jing as well. These guys are known to just take space and be relentless with it, but one way to shut that down is Ardis. Operator in his hand. Hunter's Fury to deny the gate crush. Has to back away. Forsaken in the corner. He's taken a boatload of damage, but now still wants to try and push his way back into it. Maybe a timing can be found, and the shot is true. Sugetsu, head ripped clean off.
Mindfreak still in this lurk position. Does Angel check with enough diligence here? Otherwise, Mindfreak might be a dangerous thorn in their side for this post-plant. Xiao is just tracking this gate crash all the way back into spawn.
Watching for it, and again, the lurk is found.
He's like a cat with a toy. He's just been pulled away from the action.
It's the advantage of running it as well. You have to at least dedicate some resources. A player watching the gate crash.
Just break it.
Off to the side, Ardis looks to try and make a moment out of it. A bit of magic maybe to inject, but this retaken with the operator, never ideal. The timing for Forsaken with that swing. It's too clean. Utility in the hands of his opponents, and Ardis not even allowed the luxury of saving.
Back when we used to see them play this, I mean, obviously on Bind, you would have Benkai playing the breach for them, sending in those fault lines, but it was the same combo. Yoru ult, fault line, allows Forsaken to find the easier kills. And here, Mindfreak has to be so creative with how he's using the smokes.
Ardis already expending that dash. Still has the ultimate, still has the Blade Storm. He could do some serious work into this one, but the post plan's locked down. Now a fast lane. Just dodging to the side of it. Angle being found to get through. What a shot. And this is looking still winnable.
But again, it's safe, passive post plant positioning being played.
Rolling Thunder, and they've got a star on the spike. It's going to be incredibly difficult to try and get away with this one. The Nightfall.
They know that they've detected all five.
Yeah.
I mean, Mindfreak could just be running at them right now, and he is.
No one quiet on it now to Rolling Thunder. Overlapping all of the abilities, all of the ultimates. The timing being taken. The space gain off of it. Paper.
Kind of quasi-Viper wall that they could use.
Some of the block they angle off. They have to be cautious though. They know the money online means that could be seen that operator in buy. Of course, Ardis has it, but he's in a completely different location. And now the Cosmic Divide and the fast lane. Any hopes of holding that angle to the side just going to be denied, but Space giving up. Angel, in fact, working his way off to the side. Could be able to catch a player or two.
And Jin caught by the recon, but couldn't be punished. The ult from Mindfreak finding big value. Surely Artist. Surely not Artist.
Dash enabled, flash as well, he connects. Does he want to push through? The answer is no. The Seeker up close. Personal now with the wall denied! Coming through, the dog does so much work, so much damage, but Angel, he secures it. But the post-plan positioning, it's so passive through the choke point. They just want to try and buy time. Push them back, a bit of spam. Artist, an unlucky one. Just his leg being taken out beneath him. A flash to push them back. No one is on this one. In fact, look, still the star in play. A tap of it, a timing now. Alert comes through, Sugetsu. He could be a difference maker. He at least gets two, but just down to Angel. And the time, the pressure just far too... Yeah, oh yeah.
Maybe
it's there, isn't it?
I wonder if Angel can get a read on this as well.
Positioning though, I mean, the players are so deep into spawn here, and when the fire comes through, it's a gate crash into the corner. This Viper wall does do a lot to try and slow down the approach. FPX obviously don't want to disrespect this one too much. They could just get destroyed in the blender that is this choke point. In fact, case an example right here, Artist. Great opening pick for them, but the wall goes down and now deciding to slowly accrue a bit of that space. What a shot Divide dropped down to 5 health, but not enough to secure that kill.
These players on site are struggling
so
here.
So aggressive.
This A site hit, it's getting mopped up.
It's getting so sloppy as well. FPX, heads being found, guns being gained, and it has to be the pivot.
Mindfreak with the spike just booking it over towards the B site. Sugetsu still has his cam in this position. But there's a Viper's pit been dropped on A. 2 players still staying there. And Devi's gonna look for a lurk with 5 health and an Odin.
They really have brought APAC, haven't they, to Copenhagen?
I love it.
Kind of plays, man.
I love it.
30 seconds left.
You just can't expect
You can't prep for it.
Mindfreak's going to start distracting now as he starts tapping the plant. Does this turn eyes? Does this get Devi? A free one.
The timing on it! Then the kill is found. Still a 2v3 though. FPX in theory should be favored into this one.
And I love that Mindfreak goes for a pick as he anticipates, or Mindfreak, sorry, goes for a peek as he anticipates everyone looking towards Devi. He knows that he'll have a little less stress on his shoulders for just a moment. And now the trap is starting to close. Can Devi provide enough assistance here?
Was one of the players to tap onto the spike as well, swinging through, but the damage. Oh, the gun just not quite good enough. 5 HP in window though, does not expect this one. Angels worked his way around, but he's gonna find positioning on the site. Mindfreak repositions, and the damage, the time, it's already been bled off the... Ults are online for them. Obviously Devi this time looking pretty good, and it is an approach, a flash just to grab the orb. The Cosmic Divide online for Mindfreak.
Again, how has he got the Cosmic Divide online once more?
Looks like he's just used it.
And so this is the first time that FPX start with a default. But it looks like they're going to go back again into a B push. It's been a B push every time in these rifle v rifle rounds, and the Cosmic Divide is such a massive tool for either side.
They'll slow down for about a moment, but eventually the pace must resume. And there's the Rolling Thunder to get to it to the back of the site, but look at all the utility. Comboed up, Angel somehow able to claim himself a snakebite kill, but Forsaken's happily able to just return fire once more, but he oversteps himself. Utility in his hands, and his hit has gone skew.
It's the first time that FPX have decided to commit fully to it. Overstack players here. And the problem with that is Mindfreak's always on the lurk, and he's managed to find the A site.
So much space being gained.
The crucial thing here is for Mindfreak to not overstep himself. We've seen moments like this before where FPX just too determined to get an extra kill.
Can't go down easily.
And Mindfreak's aggressive.
30 seconds left.
But tempered. Just hearing Zipan walk his way into halls.
Incredibly cautious.
And that's
just waiting for one timing.
That's decent information that he can pass over to Benkai. It's
Spike
actually
planted.
Devi, again, who becomes the lurker. They're just so happy to pass these roles around.
Devi's definitely wondering about the counter flank potentially coming through, but he hears the footsteps now running down, but Zipan lurks down, and it's up to Devi.
But now the race is on. Devi, the spike down, has to try and get in a position where he can play this post plant, and instead of running for the spike, he's going to try and get an angle onto it.
You've got to be joking me. You've got to be kidding me. Planted off to the side. He falls off of this, sticking it down. Already half onto it. The fault line to try and stun them up, but FPX, it's handed to them on a plate.
But okay, you've got rifle v rifle, and it looks like Paper X are starting to break the mold. Heading round 10 for the first time over towards A in these buy rounds.
Big crash there, back around the side of yellow, but that's going to be the ult popped off almost immediately. Artist though, claims a kill. Bit of chaos, a bit of pandemonium approaching now onto the side as kills are just again flowing one side to the next. Seeker's even in play, and the angle just cannot be found by Zipan.
It's an awesome kill by Mindfreak there. Zipan was posing a major problem for them over at stairs. And now the round can slow down. But there wasn't really a lurk play over towards B. Mindfreak was required to help the rest of his team. Ardis is going to find this one so uncomfortable to have to watch towards Switch and
Just
Cave.
doesn't know where they could be. And there's still so much time in a round that Paper X happy again to just let that mid round apply the pressure itself. If they make no noise, it's up to FPX to try and at least get a bit of information, and there's the swing into mid. Sagetsu comes out on top though.
The information play once more finding value for FPX. Benkai just gets the horn back online. Divine trying to see if he can get a targeted fault line, but Ardis dodged it.
And what a shot still. The disrespect being shown into the aftershock almost goes down from it, but with the time down to just 20 seconds, Divine picks up the operator. It looks like it's going to be the safe play.
10 seconds,
10
the clock
seconds
ticking
left.
down. No hope for Paper X. And here come the FPX chants. I knew the fans were in the building. Take a level. This series, it's anyone's to take.
Both faced obstacles throughout this tournament. One would argue that FPX maybe with the harder task in terms of how they've been battling through the lower bracket, but it has forged them into something else entirely. The teleport into the back, they're ready for it. Seen that play before. Angel's more than ready. And Ardis as well returns fire. The angle locked down with the operator. The overdrive is denied. Every player toppling. But Jing returns again. Glides to the side, but eventually the shot. Great adjustments. Looking at the final round of this first half. One's going to be broken. Ardis, an aggressive angle, and why not pop the Blade Storm off? You feel the pressure being applied.
Forsaken's so deep. I don't see how Ardis could read this.
So much to get through as well. All the way down into Horse. It's going to be a fast lane that Jing's been able to take all this positioning up, and it has injected that chaos into the round, but Zipan just contains it regardless.
If Jing hadn't used his fast lane, Forsaken would have had a free kill, but now he's getting droned out.
No way!
Did he spot him?
Running around the side. The decoy in play, Shao still locks that angle. And it's up to Ardis. He can feel the approach, the Blade Storm, the updraft, the head's not being found. But now Hunter's Fury, anything to help him out.
Spike down.
It's the 1-4-1.
Angel spent the entire round inside his Viper's pit over by A main. That means he's got a very quick flank here. And for Paper X, they've got to force the fight. They know that they're at a player disadvantage.
Push
they
it
can't
to the
go
spawn.
for the back. The safe option.
Trailblazer misses, the dog is not going to be setting them up, and yep, the safe option, not an option. Angel's already flanked around, Benkai's positioning, removed, taken out. Devi is known, he gets one, but he has a mighty task. 1v2, isolates it, down to the clutch, but Shao reigns supreme.
You just can't out-clutch Shao. He's been on. And Jing not going for his fast lane this time. Has a stun in hand with the Ghost.
Already the disrespect being shown.
How does he get that?
Dart removed, he just wants to just fight.
He's
Over
swinging
and over again.
He's swinging before he's even ready to shoot his second shot with the Ghost, and yet he still finds Zipan's head. This guy's got such talent. But FPX are not going to let it rattle him.
No. Gotta stay calm. Situations like this, it's a huge advantage, of course, given to Paper X with that opening kill, but can easily turn it around.
But FPX might end up here being paralyzed by ignorance. They don't know what Paper X have planned. They've never played against a team comp like this. They don't know if Forsaken's going to be going aggressive with his teleports. They need to play spread and play slow to try and figure out what the game plan is. They just have to hope that when they finally figure it out, they have to hope it's not too late.
A close angle by Forsaken, I believe the drone earlier, not quite catching him. The war going up, slide off angle, how are they still finding these kills? Bit of a jiggle there with the movement, Shao eventually gets him. But on the other side of things, it was Jill who managed to open it up. Hey, oh my word, FPX. Spike's still going to be stuck down the fault line. Gives him a huge advantage into this one. Artist, though, now all the pressure in the world. A prowler in his face, a flash, a tap at a Spike. He has to stick this one. He has to stick it or win this 1v1. And Dubai, all he needs to do is survive. A heroic effort. But at the end of the day, it's FPX who win it out. But it matters most to be able to still make those plays.
Bizarre Viper wall that we're seeing here from Angel as they try and take some map control. Recon Dart up at the top of mid too as FPX put a premium on owning this area of the map.
Dubai forced to overextend just a tad to see if he can get that information. Doesn't want to risk it again, but in the midst of all of this, look at this space that Artis has gained. Bit of a wide swing, so he did make some noise there.
His positioning is known, but perhaps this indicates that FPX are going to want to try and take positions like this in future rounds. FPX aren't running a Sova, they're not running a Sky. They have some informational ability with Benkai, but they're mostly going to be pushing for their info.
And the off angle, well, Angel seemed ready for it, wanted to clear it through, a bit of spam into the corner, the right click, Shao dodges the flash. Not finding any sort of quiet value. Now down to 35 seconds in the round, though.
Not too much time to work with.
Where's the Spike going to end up?
I think for
30
FPX,
seconds left.
it's all about the kills. It's about being able to remove weapons from the hands of FPX. But they're pushing into Jing's Bulldog, and that could be a scary prospect.
Smoke dropped down there, that's trying to deny something. The shots again rattled off on either side of the map down to the final few seconds. It's looking like it could have potentially got dangerous, but okay. Still not enough time in the round. Shao at a bonus. FPX be laughing all the way to the bank, wouldn't they? The fault line.
Wow, stun, suck, comboed up to punish anybody that would be playing these passive positions.
Incredibly deep as well. Taking the space away from Shao. How much further back can you get? Essentially on the beach front, but the spam, the spray down. The damage was found on the Forsaken, but eventually he does trade that kill.
So 4-4 right now, and FPX with less time to work with and more of the map to re-clear. These are the moments where FPX were occasionally trying to get a bit too funky. Somebody else on the other side of the map trying to make a play happen. And Device coming in to try and reinforce this position with Forsaken. The two flash agents over defending B.
The battle lines are drawn. A closer hold. Devi wants to hold this down off the first read, I think, of any sort of utility, maybe even a footstep. And there's the contact play.
The miss.
Fault line comes through, the damage is certainly done. Devi watching the angles, Forsaken are
30 seconds
it's gonna get
left.
cleaned up. Not able to get too much done to get to Guardian. This guy's looking far too clean with it, and there's still enough time for them to try and get this plant down. The positioning is gained. Plant gonna be stuck. Cage giving him just enough coverage. But a little bit of favor there. Mind Freak just has to zip away, but what a shot! Benkai, the crosshair placement's just fantastic. And they win out the bonus.
And force FPX to play catch up.
Quick dodge there, the flash that comes down. This crossfire setup. Have to be cautious and watching of it. Hopping away, dangerous times. The dog though, seeing if they can supplement it, any sort of approach to take the fight for the choke point. And shuts it down easily enough. Bladestorm now being used by Artis. Feels like he needs to take matters into his own hands.
And we've already seen how nasty Sugetsu is with the Guardian. If Jin goes for some kind of info peek here, there is a potential to get punished. And you can see the way that Forsaken's put his gate crash over towards B. It's going to allow Benkai to get reinforcements if he's under pressure.
It all comes down to the timing though. Does have an expiration date on it. If FPX end up just really playing the clock like they've been known to do, could be brutal, but don't think he's too worried about it. Artis round the side though, Bladestorm, that's going to be a good return. But the Prowler latches onto him. He's not going to be able to take too much more space off the back of it. Decay as well. Pressured from almost every single avenue, and with the spike drop down, the Bladestorm still renewed. Artis, he might be able to do something with it, but not.
Looking to perhaps take some early mid control as the rest of FPX floods out of B.
All the way through. 2 stars being used to try and block it off, but look at the approach again. This is FPX. Moving their way through the double doors. Artis already going to be gaining all of this space right into the back of the site.
And how do FPX play the retakes with this composition? They have the dimensional drift to work with.
Oh, risk could be taken indeed, Artis now, with the door opening.
And here's Forsaken looking to gain information. He can ping out positions on the map for this targeted utility.
What a find! A flash to find it, but FPX 2 kills. Looking clean in this post plant. Reaffirming the crossfire setups that they've got, the thing that has carried them so far in this tournament.
Mindfreak dodges the flash, actually.
Tries to make a play to spray down. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, still does the damage, but FPX
Is in this series.
That's why it ends up being so dangerous.
Here
So
comes
unexpected,
Jing.
but
Here
again,
comes Jing.
yeah, speaking of the pace, speaking of the fast play, lets the stun ball rip right around the side again, and he knows the positioning, he knows Sugetsu is isolated, but Artis responds in kind. Holding down the staircase. Overdrive still in play. Tip-tap of his feet, just trying to run around the map, but the positioning, of course, is going to be known here, but he ends up slowing it down. Artis, great crosshair placement. Shot to the cranium, Jing is shut down.
Artis is saving the round for them at this point. Benkai's only got a stinger to work with. Can't even pick anything else up.
Real difference maker, hasn't he? Xiao, catching this angle, there's the kill. It's up in the air in terms of who might be able to be winning that one, but looks like Devi opting to play back and save this one. Benkai obviously doesn't want to bring this stinger into the next round.
And he won't. He won't be given the choice either way. What a round for Artis to turn up. Getting 2 massively impactful kills after the rest of his team had been barreled over.
Yeah.
And you might have been...
Even when going up against the former champions of Optic, they earn their spot here, but Devi bites back the operator that he saved into that round.
That's another hurdle for FPX to overcome. Angel not looking to get aggressive on the Hall Slurk. Mindfreak would be waiting for him. And FPX, whenever these rounds start going badly, they seem to lack the map control to send things back in their favor. FPX have got to be patient here. There's still 1:10 on the clock. They can group up, start to move over to another area of the map. But if it's Angel that leads the way, there's 2 players ready to punish.
I've got your trail.
Seekers in the mid round, that's just for a bit of information. See if there's any players holding close, and of course there were.
It's all just a fake.
And a real hit starts to come down now onto B. A flash over the top, Forsaken. Wants to disrupt this one. Here's the spike being planted. Now he's going to try and opt for this peek. Angle being watched. Sugetsu's covering his teammates back.
A fraction away. A fraction away from being able to deny the plant and buy time for the rest of his team to rotate in, especially with the Rolling Thunder. That could have been everything.
Fight's still being taken though, and mid locked down by Angel, ensuring that they can't get away with any mischief. Devi and Benkai up against this one with the crossfire and the post plant setup. FPX more than favored.
Devi's just going to have to try and save this operator once again. And like we expected, FPX are going to try and take the lead here and hold on to it. Benkai making it a little more dangerous, a little more expensive. But from lifting a trophy, maybe the dreams start to become a little more real. Maybe the pressure starts to become a little more real. FPX again moving the tempo up.
And you just don't expect this.
It was FPX with the timeout, and FPX have decided you will not get to execute your plan. We are immediately taking B.
Here. Making sure that they watch for a lot of these common angles. The spike is going to be planted. It's forced into that retake.
Look at
a flank angle approach. You can see that there's a gate crash all the way back into their spawn, but Jing trying to find his way up into the angle. Now the Hunter's Fury. Popping off right now for Xiao to see if he can shut this one down. The kill's still flooding through. A dash and a glide. But Angel again comes out on top. Forsaken, he is into the back of their spawn. The positioning is just so far away. And FPX, what a critical round to just slowly obtain this lead. Forsaken What can you even do in this situation?
Trying to get the punish onto Angel, but at this point the round's already lost.
It's done.
The barest of silver linings being that he can take a Vandal into the next. But FPX, we have in Valorant, formed in 2020, finally looking for that place to be seated on the throne. And it's another fast play. They're working. Why change it? Artis is in.
Mindfreak just trying to work his way around the corner, but he's spotted out. He saw to see if he can find the timing. The trade is there. It's on the other extremities of the map, and the shot's still being found. Benkai, what a pick. Angel not going to be able to watch that one for much longer. The choke point has been compromised. Xiao forced to reposition and move back now to Nightfall. FPX investing into this one. They know how important it is, but they need more on top of it. The Rolling Thunder, it scatters them. The utility Jing, what a timing. Moves to the Cyber Zip and again comes back around. An instantaneous trade. Half on the defuse, they're sticking it all away. Benkai, you're an absolute menace! But he's shut down, still down to the 1v1 to buy. Zipan forced to offload the Seekers, and he will not get it off!
The fast rounds have been excellently coordinated, and it feels like they're not afraid at all to mix up the tempo. They can feel the game is within their control. FPX's fate's in their own hands here.
Throwing forwards. Good info, but they're going to be tagged up now, and look at this Hall's control. Artis has already made the moves. Up into it, the Horn spots him out, spam down! That's a crossfire setup from the side on the wall. Artis really nowhere to run, but it's an instantaneous pivot once more.
FPX have read it. Mindfreak and Divide, ready to collect this with a seize, a fault line.
They have to shut this down. They have to find value. The Paulie hears it with the footsteps. An opening kill going their way once more.
There's the pull, there's the fault line. FPX holding on.
But Xiao, one step closer, Josh, one step closer.
That's got them through the choke point as well. This is where things start to get very dangerous.
Incredibly dangerous, but still Forsaken, performing under the pressure to get to aims, the reset! Absolutely ridiculous! And what a play